Welcome back to session 2 of GED Science Mastery. It is good to have you here again. Here is a quiet truth about this test. More points come from reading a graph or a table correctly than from any single fact you could ever memorize. If you can calmly find the right number and describe a trend in plain words, you will outscore people who know more science but read carelessly. Reading a chart is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. So today we practice slowly and carefully. A graph is really a story squeezed into a picture. And there is a calm order for reading it. First, the title. What is this even about? Second, the axes. What does the bottom, the x-axis, show? And what does the side, the y-axis, show? Third, the units. Degrees Celsius, minutes, grams, meters. Units keep your answer honest. Fourth, the scale. How big is each step? And does the axis start at 0? And fifth, the trend. Is the line going up, down, flat, or curving? Only after those 5 steps do you look at the answer choices. Slow reading here is fast scoring. Let's read a single point, because everything builds on this. Every dot on a graph pairs one x value with one y value. Say a cooling water graph has a dot, and you want its value. You drop straight down from the dot to the x-axis, and you read the time, let's say 2 minutes. Then you go straight across from the dot to the y-axis, and you read the temperature, 60 degrees Celsius. So that one dot means at 2 minutes, the water was 60 degrees. Always state both numbers and always keep the unit attached to each one. A number without a unit is only half an answer. Now a real GED style passage. A student poured hot water into a mug and measured its temperature every 2 minutes as it cooled, in a room that was about 22 degrees. Look at the bars. At 0 minutes, the water was 80 degrees. By 2 minutes, 60. Then 46, 36, 30, and finally 26 degrees at 10 minutes. Read the shape out loud. As time goes up, temperature goes down. And notice something. The bars fall fast at first. Then the drops get smaller. That flattening is the graph telling you the cooling is slowing down. Let's answer a real question with our method. The question, how much did the water cool in total, and is it cooling faster at the start or the end? Read. It starts at 80 degrees and ends at 26 degrees. Choose. Total cooling is 80 minus 26, which is 54 degrees. Now, the rate. In the first 2 minutes, it dropped from 80 to 60. That is 20 degrees. In the last 2 minutes, it dropped from 30 to 26, only 4 degrees. So it cools much faster at the start. Check. The units are degrees because this is a temperature change, not a speed. And I will not claim it keeps cooling forever. It is heading toward room temperature and will level off. Sometimes the test wants the change as a percent, so it feels fair to compare. The rule is percent change equals new minus old over old times 100%. Our water went from 80 degrees down to 26. So that is 80 minus 26 over 80 times 100%. That is 54 over 80 times 100%, which comes out to about 68%. So the water lost about 68% of its starting temperature. Notice we divided by the old value, 80, because percent change always compares against where you started. Now the biggest trap in this whole session, the scale. Look at these 2 bars. One is 46, the other is 50. On an honest chart, the y-axis starts at 0, and you can see the truth. these two values are actually pretty close. But here is the trick. If someone starts the y-axis at 44 instead of 0, that same tiny 4-unit gap suddenly looks enormous, like one bar is triple the other. The numbers did not change at all, only the scale did. So before you trust how big a difference looks, always check. Where does this axis start? If it does not start at 0, be careful. A few more skills that score points. Tables work exactly like graphs. Find the correct row and the correct column before you compare. Reading one row off is a classic mistake. Estimating between two known points is called interpolation. For example, at 5 minutes, between 46 degrees and 36 degrees, a good estimate is about 41. Guessing beyond your data is called extrapolation, and you do it carefully because the pattern may not continue. Our water will not cool below the room's 22 degrees. It levels off. And always, always keep your units. If an answer says the water cooled 54 meters per second, reject it because cooling is measured in degrees, not speed. Let's lock in the traps the GED loves here. 1. The chopped scale, an axis that does not start at 0. 2. The wrong row or column in a table. 3. Confusing faster with more. A line can still be rising even while its rate is slowing down. 4. Runaway extrapolation, assuming a trend continues past the data. And 5. Dropped units. Now the recap. Read every chart in order. Title, axes, units, scale, then trend. Pull one exact value by pairing x with y. Describe the trend in plain words. And never let a tricky scale fool your eyes. Really nice work today. You can now read a chart in a calm order, pull one exact value, describe a trend, and catch a misleading scale. Your practice for this session is the 10 questions attached to this lesson. Answer them from memory, then read every explanation, even the ones you got right, and label any miss as graph, calculation, or overclaim. To read the full lesson notes and practice more GED science questions, visit the course page at www.bridgetoexam.com. I am really glad you showed up. I will see you in session 3, where we learn to think like a scientist, experiments, variables, and fair tests. Keep going. You are doing great.